Greetings hobbyists, this is Artisans of All, and in this video we're doing an update for the add-on Select Pro. So I've done a video on Select Pro before. It is an awesome add-on and it comes from Huge Menace, the creators that also make the free add-on ND. And if you don't use ND, check out the playlist in the description because it's insane and I can't believe it's free. Well, updates to Select Pro have been coming thick and fast, and I thought now was a good time to cover some of my favourite features that you can now do with this add-on. So just in case you haven't seen Select Pro before, it pretty much puts all your selection options into the A key, while also adding a load of options that don't naturally exist in Blender. And it will pretty accurately guess what you're trying to do based on what you've got selected, either in object mode or edit mode. So the first of the features that have been added to it, if I go to edge mode, is that if you hit A and then select edge boundary, you now see some options, because we could be wanting all the edges selected by this boundary or the other one, because the edge that we originally had selected, which was this one, is selecting both of these. So really useful that you can just quickly and easily jump from one to the other to select the one that you want. We also now get a double click feature. Now this is also a feature, if I hit A, you get this contiguous path, which is very good at working out edges that normally Blender wouldn't be able to guess is the ones that we want selected. So in this instance, the edge surrounding this Boolean surface. But we can now do that as well just by double clicking it. So double click and we've got that done. You get some options where you can change things as well, but I generally find this works really well. Where this works particularly well is if I then hit A and then do something like I want the inner loop region. It tries to work out which bits that we want. In this instance, it's gone the wrong way, but I can just select that. Notice that it says select bigger. I don't think it actually means bigger in terms of the area. It means bigger in terms of the number of faces. That's my guess on how this seems to work. And we've now got that bit selected that could have been quite annoying to select, or at least longer to select if we wanted to do this manually. Now, the other feature that we've got, which is quite nice, and it is notably similar to using vertex groups in terms of what you can achieve, but if I just hit A and then come down to manage selections and pick save current selection, and we've got this and it's just named it on the number of edges that there are. I'm just going to click this and rename it as concave, something like that. Click OK, and now if I ever do something else, let's just come here and let's say bevel those edges. I suddenly want to do something here, I can manage selection, and look, here we go. We've got concave, click on it, and now it's all there. So very helpful. The other one that I really like, let's just go into face mode, is selecting that face, and now where normally to make this grow or shrink we'd hit Control plus or Control minus, which is perfectly usable. If I hit A and do grow shrink, now we just have this so that you drag your mouse closer or further from that initial point. Again, really like that. I think it's just really nice and simple to use. And now if we finally E to extrude this, something to note is that now that we've done this and we've changed the shape of this, if I hit A and then manage selections, you'll notice we've lost that selection option because it is now changed. Now this is something that is notably different. Oh, let's just make that a bit bigger. That is something that is a bit different to vertex groups. If we just come back into edge mode and we're going to do the same thing again, so inner loop region, but this time we're going to go to vertex groups, add a vertex group, and then assign it. So assign, and I'll deselect and select it. In this instance, if we go into face mode, you can also start this by double clicking it. So double click on that face, and then I get the ability to select more. So really nice use of double click there, and then drag that out. In this instance, if we come here, go to that group and click select, it works out that we want these bits that are changed. I'm not sure if having that or not having that is a positive or negative, but it is interesting that there's this difference. So I just wanted to mention that there, and that covers double clicking when in face mode. And then one other thing it can do, which I absolutely love, I've covered an add-on that does a similar thing before called Select Similar by Koshiro. If I get a cube here, let's I to inset all of that, and then we're going to select these faces here. So let's just do those. Alt and E and extrude faces along normals. Let's do 0.15. And at that point, I'm going to Shift and D and duplicate this over here. You'll see why in a second. And I select these and Alt E and extrude faces along normals and 0.15, but minus. So notice that these the extrusion here, so this distance or the distance on this face is exactly the same as this face. So the out distance is the same as the in distance. Now, if we come to this one and do the same thing, except for this time, I'm going to Alt and E and extrude faces along normals and do this 0.2 minus. So that is a different distance. With the add-on that I covered previously called Select Similar, let's just select that face. If I right click, go down and click Select Sim, that has worked out that I only want these faces because it covers not only this face, but it looks on this face check levels here to say, well, look at one face further away and see if there's a difference there. And obviously these, so these faces here, are a longer distance than these faces here. So in this instance, it works. But in this example, let's just go into this face, these distances, so that face distance there and that face distance there, are identical. They're both 0.15, whereas those were different. And if I right click, come down and click Select Similar, this hasn't worked it out correctly. It's made a mistake. Whereas if I hit A for Select Pro and go to Similar Faces, this, let's just bring it down there to 1, so it's exactly the same, has worked out that we only want these because it doesn't just work off of face size. This is actually looking at the angle as well between these different faces, and we can demonstrate this quite nicely if I come here and then A and then grow and shrink and go to there and then G and then Z that up. Now we've got a different angle between these faces. I can select this one, A, select Similar Faces, and it hasn't selected any of the other ones because it's going 2 away. So it's now looking at this angle here and this angle here. If I go down to just 1, it will select these because it can just read these 90-degree angles and doesn't care that the next angle is 90 degrees here and not here, or I can increase that up to 2 and it says no, I don't want that. Or I could go all the way down to 0 and it will select all the faces because it's just looking at the faces by themselves. Really, really nice selection tools. A really quick way of selecting exactly the parts that you want, and that's just covering some of the updated features that I like the most. I really do recommend you have a look at their documentation, do have a look at the other video that I've done on this as well, and see exactly what this can do. But either way, supporting them is a great thing to do just because they provide such an awesome free add-on in the case with ND. Anyway, I hope you found that useful and think those updates are as exciting as I do, and I hope to see you next time. Have a great day, guys.